Nice chain, red bone mains, chain swing, like pretty things.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to make a mask transition like Neeqs and Bjorn. First, what I'm going to want to do is set up my first clip with its velocity, and set up my second clip as well. And because my song is Gosha, which is more of a slow-paced song, I'm going to want to make my transition about a little less than 2 seconds long. So I'm going to hold Shift and press the right arrow key twice to move 2 seconds forward. And I'm gonna select my second clip, move it, but if you have a fast-paced song, like for highlights or something, then you want to make it a tiny bit more than 1 second. So after I have this little hole in the middle, I'm gonna want to select my second clip, hold Alt, drag it up, it's aligned, and what I'm gonna want to do is move it 1 frame backward. What I'm gonna want to do is drag it out. Then I'm going to cut it right here and delete the back part so that you just have this 1 frame. I'm going to right click on it, press change clip speed, go to freeze frame and change it. Then I'm going to drag it so that it overlays with my first clip. So I'm gonna drag it over. And what you're also going to want to do is drag this bottom clip, because if you don't have it, then your mask is just going to have a big black hole in the middle. So I suggest lining it up with this end part. And then what you're going to want to do is right click on this freeze frame layer. What you're going to want to do is press color after selecting it. Go to your mask selection, then go to mask tool, select this tool. And for me, I'm going to mask out this little box right here. And after that, I'm going to set the softness to 0.4. Right click on this empty space, add an alpha output, and connect it so that we have this little brick right here. And then what I'm also going to want to do after that is with this mask, I'm going to want to hold Alt, drag it up. Then go to the color tab and reverse the output so that you see this. So we have 1 layer, which is everything else but the brick, and then 1 layer of just the brick. Now I'm going to make both of those their own compound clips by right clicking, and then I'm going to name them so I don't get confused. So for example, I'm going to make this not brick. I'm going to name the one on the bottom Rick. Now I'm first gonna want to do is for this not brick layer, I'm gonna go halfway into it, and I'm going to shorten it down this brick layer, not the brick layer. Anyway, next you're going to right click on this not brick layer, open your Fusion page, hold shift while pressing space, and searching up blur mode curves. And sometimes it might not open on the first try, so you might have to press enter again, but it's there. Then I'm going to keyframe the Z distance, rotate the Shift X and Shift Y. I'm going to try to adjust it so that all I see is this little brick right here. I'm trying to adjust it so that that's all I see. I don't see any of the background. It might have to play around with the rotate a little. See, there you go. I don't see any background. It's just the inside brick layer. And what you're going to want to do is go to your edit tab, see where this bricks thing starts, and then you're going to want to put your marker there, right click, open a Fusion page, and you're at the 58th frame for me. Anyway, next you're going to want to reset all these by pressing the little circles underneath them. And then once you have that, you want to press spline, open it up, and see this graph. You want to select all of these with your left button, your left mouse button. Then I want to press S. So then it looks a lot less linear, so it's more smoother, like that. And then to have that little, and if you wanted to duplicate, which is like a little 3D, what you're going to want to do is hold Alt, and both of these up, and then what you're going to want to do is set you see this one? You're gonna want to go 3 frames back from the bottom layer. 1, 2, 3. And then move this second, the layer above this, back. And then you want to move 3 frames forward of this second layer. 1, 2, 3. Right there. So that you have this little 3D effects right here. And then next what you're going to want to do is go to this little brick layer. Oh, also, I forgot to mention what you want to do is if you have this little overlapping, you're going to want to just crop it. Make sure it lines up with this bottom layer. Cut it. And then for this brick layer, what you're going to want to do is right click on the brick. Open a Fusion page. You want to hold shift and press the space button. Search up blur mill curves. This time you're just only going to keyframe the shift Y. Bring it down a little so that you don't see the brick. For example, I don't see the brick right here. So I'm going to keyframe shift Y and then go to the end and set it back to normal by pressing this little circle. Then open up spline, select this little line right here. I'm gonna press S so that it's less linear, it looks more smoother. So that my transition looks like this. There you go. That's how you do it. And to make it even better, what you can do is make sure you select all of these layers. Wanna right click, press new compound clip, and you can search up drop shadow on the left, then drag in your drop shadow so that it has a little drop shadow so it looks a little more 3D. You can mess around with the opacity and blur. And yep, that's how you make the Neeqs and Bjorn transition.